Hi guys, and welcome to a new video today, and we are at the other end of the workshop, and what you can see here is no longer my granddad's rail saw. That unfortunately died a death because I believe what actually happened was the riving knife moved and they got caught in the blade and it all pulled off. And even though I was able to take the blade guard off and the whole mounting system and reattach it, there was still something not quite right. I think it must have broke off one of the welds. It was a really old saw, and unfortunately it danced its last dance, I guess, or cut its last cut. So I was on the fence about getting a mitre saw anyway, and that's what's happened. Now, categories for me getting a mitre saw. Space. I'm in a single car garage and there's not a lot of space between a motorbike and the already amount of kit I've already got in here. Most budget friendly mitre saws come with their forks, or sliding mitre saws as well. I wanted it sliding. So just to tell you some of the categories of the mitre saw, what I wanted the mitre saw to be. First of all, a sliding mitre saw gives me a wee bit access to cut wider bits of wood instead of just going up and down on a chopping mitre saw, and so that was the first. But also space. Now, most sliding mitre saws, especially the budget ones, come with their forks at the rear, and so you're already having to push stuff further out than it need be. And the Bosch one with the glide system, the glide arm, which looks amazing, but I wasn't wanting to spend £1,400 on a mitre saw. Now, I came across the company XL, and I bought this from Tools for Trade. You can also pick it up on B&Q for a slightly elevated price. This is the XL 305mm mitre saw. It does come with forward facing, or the forks are on the side, so you can see right here, and it is sliding, and it does come with a rather big blade, 305mm 12-inch blade. So let's go into a wee bit features with this, because it is a budget mitre saw, but I believe you'll discover it's really good for the money that you're spending, or the lack of money that you're spending, and I'll point out why, and I'll go into probably one of the cons that people have with this as well. But let's get into it. So first of all, like anything, we have the ability to cut from 50 degrees on both sides. So I will show you. So like any mitre saw, you just unlock the locking clamp, and this doesn't have a trigger, this has a button that you press, and you can take it all the way around to 50, or if you want 50 degrees, but you have that option there. You also have the option on the other side, and then when you're done, you can just make your cut and then bring it straight back and place it on 0. You can fix this if you need, but for me it came 0. The blades came straight out the pack. So now what sets this apart from the other ones is you can move. Well, you can move any fence, but I'm having to do this just for the demonstration purposes. There's a locking bit at the back. You just unlock this here, and then you can bevel. You can go all the way up to 45 degrees. You just need to move that pin there, and then you have to lock it at 45 degrees there. What this does, now the clamp, it does come with a clamp as well, which is right here. Now what this does is if you move this a wee bit to the left, and then it's got a double bevel. Now if you move it back, this bit sticks out, and you just move it back and it clicks back into place, and there we go, and it locks back into place bang on 90 degrees. Simply just tighten it back up, and you can start making your cuts again. This is the dust bag. It does stick out a wee bit, but it does raise it up. Some other interesting features while I have you off the tripod is you can move this down and then you can make what's known as trenching cuts. Essentially you're making rebates, and you can just control the height with this. I've decided to clamp it just now rather than bolt it because I don't have the correct size bolts. This is the clamp here, and I don't think I need to, this is the, you can lock off the thing, the rail. This is the multi-tool that comes with it. Cool, so you have dual sliding fences where if you need to do bevel cuts, these are pretty, they've came level out the factory as well, so I mean we're really lucky there. So before we get doing some cuts on this, I'm going to point out probably the biggest weakness that this saw has, and it's to do with your measurements here and your measurements here. These are all stickers, so other ones that you get, more expensive ones that you get, come with metal, and that can be a problem if, per se, that the stickers do come off, and people have reported that they do come off. But what I was thinking is I could get a permanent marker, and I could permanent marker in like 15 degrees, you know, popular angles, and that would save that. I'm always going to be able to get back to 90 degrees, so you know that's always something. And if you're marking your wood with your speed square, you can get the angle, you can get the angles that you would like. So I wouldn't fret too much about that, but that's probably just one of the saws. Right, so we're just going to do some cutting. So we'll start off with this. Now, what you can see here is the hand signals, and this is a safe place to put your hand. And another feature here is that you hit this button here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it with the light, the laser. Now I've been very impressed with the laser actually. To operate the saw, you can't just press this in, you need to press this in. So it's a safety, it is a safety feature. So we're just going to make our first cut on this bit here. And there we go, our first cut. Very nice cut, very little tear out. This is the blade that comes with the machine, and to take so go retest, and it's completely 90 degrees. So that's our first bit of wood there. We're going to do a plunge cut, or just a chop. We're going to so you engage more teeth, and you could potentially waste, you know, you could potentially shorten the life of your saw, sort of like that way. So recommendation would be, this is a small bit of oak. Absolutely no problems at all. Nice cuts, and that one, you could argue there was pretty much no tear out on this one. Right. I've done this earlier, and you can see the bevel cut, and you can see a 45 degree cut on this one here, and on this one that was a 31.6 degree cut, and another 45 degree cut, I believe. I was mucking about with them, but you can, if I join these up, I think if I mucked, I can't remember if I mucked about with these, but whenever there's pretty much 45 degrees cut there, and just for demonstration purposes only. This is the thicker piece. Cut with very little tear out, and that's a good sized bit of wood there. So you know, if you're doing your sleepers or anything, and like anything, I didn't plunge it like that. I didn't get that bit. There we go. So you can plunge it, but that, as you heard, did cause a lot more strain on the saw. I'm gonna get space out of it. I just didn't move it back far enough. Where that's a lot less stress on the blade, so you should be getting more out of your blade. Other features. Now we're at the cutting section of this review, or this initial video. You do have fence extenders at both sides, simply by using this little lever here. And that means your workpiece, you do have the ability to extend your fence just by that there, and you can see you can do that there. So that's good there. So earlier I did talk about doing some rebates by moving this little bit down here. As you can see there, a nice roughly cut rabbet. It's just another feature of what you can do with this saw, which I think is fantastic. I'm not sure if there's a way I could maybe stick some sellotape over this. That's kind of some of the features with this saw. So yeah, this is the XL Mitre Saw, 305mm blade, 12-inch blade, so it is a hefty blade. The features, as I went over, double bevel, 50-degree cuts on either side, easy enough to use. The clamp itself is decent. It's not one of the screw ones, so you can just press down, then engage the clamp, which is good. It may encourage people to use it more if I'm cutting that bit of wood. The front facing forks, space saving. The downsides, the stickers here, dust collection is appalling just now, but that's not to say it's not been connected to my shop vac yet, so I need to do that. I need to get an extension for my shop vac. The extensions are really good. It comes, well, mine came 90-degree from the shop, and I've got really not a bad word at this moment of time to say about it. The only thing I've done is, like, work-wise on it without just cutting things, because I'm still experimenting, is finishing off this table that I made, and I used that to take the excess. I just used this to pretty much take the overlapping bits of wood out, the two long bits, and straighten the table up, and it done it perfectly. And yeah, that's it. I got this on Tools for Trade at £185, I believe. If you want to spend for the Mitre stand, you can spend £260 or so, £224. But I already had this assembled anyway, so that is what I've decided to do, is just use what I got from my granddad's. It is a large saw. You can see it's taking up quite a bit of presence on this workbench, and so you just have to take that into consideration wherever you're going to put it. I can take the dust collection bag off, and if I get the rest of this table built, I can use it like that. But for now, I've got this bit here, and I could obviously move it out of the way if need be. It is light-ish. It's light-ish. I wouldn't see people struggling with it, and I'd rather lift this than the thickness planer again, or even the DeWalt 7492. That is a beast to lift. Yeah, closing thoughts. Absolute amazing bit of kit. You can obviously the double bevels, the 50 degrees each side, 45 degree on the bevels each side is really good. I've got not much more I can say about this just now. Follow-up review after I've used this to build a few projects. I'll follow up with a review on that. And if you've got this far in the video, please hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below and tell me what you've got, what saw you've went for, why you went for it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.